Matt and I stopped by Peachtree Produce this week. It's right there at Tri-County Community College. If you're a local, you're probably familiar with it. Very nice folks. We've known them for years and years and years. They're so nice. Feel like family for sure. We were getting some things that Katie wanted. We were out and about doing some errands, and she said, would we run by there? So we did, and I just happened to see this whole box of pears. I could tell that I didn't know till later, that I figured though they were local pears, somebody's yard, because of just how they had them sitting. So I used to get pears all the time, like I had ready access to pears every year. Miss Cindy, when she still lived in Black Mountain, she had a friend named Solly. He had several pear trees, and he grew a big garden. He had blueberries. Some of our blueberries bushes come from him many, many years ago. And him and Miss Cindy made a deal, like he would kind of do the work and she would help him put up stuff, and then they would split it. They would split what they put up. So she would get me pears from him. He had those lovely, he had some that, I don't know what kind this is, what variety, but he had some that looked like, what you think of a pear looking like, the pear shaped. But he also grew those that are, I think they're Asian pears, that look more like an apple shape, but doesn't really look like an apple. They were so good. We eat lots of them. I made lots of pear preserves in those days because I just had so many coming my way every year. And so when I seen this box, I thought, we hadn't had pear preserves in years. Maybe I should get that box, Matt. That's what I told him, make some. I used to make them. They're really good, of course, with biscuits and things like that, but that was when Corey and Katie were in elementary school. And they were very picky eaters and would never eat in the lunchroom in the cafeteria. So I packed their lunch pretty much their entire time they were in school. When they got big enough, they packed it themselves, but this was when they were little. And I would send those little preserved pears with them, and they really liked them. Anyway, so I think I'm gonna make some preserved pears, and I'll show you how I do that if I decide that's what I'm gonna do. I have been eating them though, and they're good, so I don't think we can eat this many. But what I want to do today is I'm kind of looking around to see if I can find a soft one down in here. That one right there is pretty soft. I want to make some pear bread. It's a recipe in mine and Jim's cookbook, and it's really good. Several years ago, I went through this stage. I think it was right after Christmas, and I think Christmas is what spurred it on. It was like making sweetbreads. I should finish my train of thought, shouldn't I? So making sweetbreads like pear bread, apple bread, those kind of things. And then I would eat a piece of it with cream cheese on it for my lunch. I made several, honey nut bread. I think I have a video about that one here on YouTube. Just several different ones, and I would just make them till I kind of got tired of it and make another one. Someone sent me the recipe. It's on my blog. You can find it there, for strawberry bread, and it used strawberry jam, which that was really interesting. It's really good. Anyway, that's when I started making pear bread. Was in my little obsession with sweetbreads at that time. And so the recipe's in mine and Jim's cookbook. It's really good, really good. You could eat it like that, like I did, with toast it and put a little cream cheese on it and maybe eat it for breakfast. You could also just eat it as a dessert. So most of these are pretty. Here's, I think I found a soft one, a really soft one right there. So that one will work. We'll do that. I need 4 cups. So I'll keep looking, see if I can find some more. And I could use the firmer ones, but they're not going to cook up as good inside the bread. Now, some people have a texture issue where they really don't like chewing. Like if I make apple bread or something, I don't mind if I bite down on an apple. After it bakes in the oven for an hour, it's cooked through, but some people want it to be more that you don't even notice it, if you will. But it does help if these are soft. That one's pretty soft. That one's soft. That one's soft on one side, not on the other, but maybe I should go ahead and do it. That one's got a bad place on it, so I definitely should do that one. These are really pretty pears, though. In fact, they're so pretty. That one's got a little place, too. That Corey went back and asked, or I think she messaged Patricia and just said, do you have any more pears? And so she ended up with a box of pears, too. There's one. So that might be, I might be getting close, but now I want to go ahead and look through them and make sure that there's not one that's bad down in here. These are not really bad. They've just got some soft places on them. That one's got a little soft place. I planted a pear tree before. You may be wondering, well, why don't you just plant your own? We don't have good luck with fruit trees here at our house because I think we are on the north side of the mountain and we just don't get enough sunshine. I did plant some though. That one's got a bad place too. That my Uncle Henry, I don't know where he ended up with them, but I planted 2 or 3 of them, and he come and showed me where he thought I ought to plant them, but they never did do no good, and they finally just died. We have a few apple trees, but, well, actually we have 2 apple trees, and the one that we do have produces some apples every year, but not a bumper crop. But we've had it for many, many years. Okay, I think that's probably enough to make 4 cups. So let me get them chopped up, and then I'll show you how to put it all together, which is it's really a simple recipe. I think that's good. All right, I had to get Matt and enlist him to help me. I'm looking at the clock thinking, I don't have time. I'm going to run out of time before I can get it out of the oven. So he helped me, and I got the pears, got the 4 cups. So the recipe is on page 149 in mine and Jim's cookbook, Celebrating Southern Appalachian Food, but I'll go over it with you here. You need 3 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, 3/4 cup vegetable oil or whatever oil you prefer, 1 1/2 cups sugar, 3 eggs, 1 teaspoon vanilla, 4 cups finely chopped soft eating pears. I would do it with any kind of pears I had that like this that come into my life. It does make a difference if they're soft though. Pears in general are just easier to cut up or easier to handle. Other thing though about pears is once they start going soft, they go soft quickly. So there's like a prime opportune time. If you're a pear lover, you know that. 1 cup chopped nuts, and that's optional. What I'm going to do, because this makes 2 loaves, 2 loaf pans. I've got my pans over here. I'm going to make 1 without nuts and 1 with nuts. That way I'll give 1 to Corey and Austin and they can enjoy it, and we'll keep the 1 with nuts. So we're going to stir together the flour, salt, baking soda, baking powder, and cinnamon. Let's just do it while we're doing it. Let's just do it. So let me get I had this up here to hold my place. So I've got my flour. Go ahead and put my salt. Just looking do it in order. I'm a rule follower. I got to do it in order. Baking soda and baking powder. Got it all mixed up together there. And the cinnamon. I'll just fluff it up a little bit. Stir it up. I think I usually use one of my bowls I keep under here, but I think I better go get a bigger bowl. So let me go do that for the next step. I'll get rid of all these. Ooh, that was my vanilla. I'm not ready to get rid of it yet. I started to say vinegar. I'm thinking about vinegar because I think I might try to make pear vinegar with all my scraps. I might. Okay, got my big bowl. So next we're going to mix the oil and the sugar. So there's the oil, all the sugar. Get my whisk, mix it up. Then I'm going to start adding the eggs and just mix well after each one. My oven's coming to heat there. I'll go ahead and add the vanilla. Then we're going to add the dry ingredients to it. Now this is a really thick batter, especially before you put the pears in. So if you make it, don't be alarmed at how thick it is. I'm going to switch to my spatula here. I'm going to move this out of my way. You could use a mixer too if you prefer. It almost makes a dough. That's how thick it is. Let me get it mixed up and I'll show you. You can see it's almost like a dough. Now we're going to add all the pears and it will help it loosen back up. I think I've got them all mixed in. It's still a really thick batter. So I'm going to put half in one pan, then I'll add my nuts to the other one. I've got some parchment in my baking loaf pan here. You could do that. You can spray it with your whatever you like or grease it with butter, whatever you prefer. And then I'm just going to start spooning in the batter. I've got the oven to 350. And it's going to bake about an hour, or you just have to keep a check on it the first time you make it and see how long it takes in your oven, just till done. One of my loaf pans is bigger than the other, so I think that'll be good for that one. I'll add the nuts. And I'm using black walnuts. You could use whatever nut you prefer. I think almonds are especially good in it, like slivered almonds. I like that. I like pecans in it, and of course I love black walnuts, so I love that. Okay. Give me another little spatula to help. I think I've got it all. Hate to leave any pears, batter, or walnuts behind. So I'm going to put these in the oven and bake them for about an hour or till they're done, and then we'll see how it turns out. Just get me a little napkin to put it on. I would call somebody to come eat it with me, but I'm all alone. It's so rare for me to be all alone, but Matt's gone hunting, Katie and Ira are gone, so I'm all alone. I didn't hardly leave my parchment paper big enough to get it out. Give me something to hold on to. It's better if you let it cool before you try to get it out, at least a few minutes. But I can't hardly wait. Come on, come out. There it goes. Woo! About dropped it. Okay. Get rid of that. I'll let it cool just a second like that while I show you I've never made pear vinegar, but here it goes. All I did was put all the pieces in there. I put water in it. I did like a cup of water and a tablespoon of sugar until I got it filled up. And I'll just leave it sitting over here and see what happens. Several years ago, it's probably been 2 or 3 years ago, me and Corey made apple vinegar. And it turned out so great. It was just really wonderful. We used it. I might even have one little jar of it left, one of the little ones. We made a lot of it. And I used it for all sorts of things. I canned with it. I, of course, used it in recipes. We love, Matt especially, he loves to put apple cider vinegar in just about everything he makes, unless it was something sweet. And he might even do that. So it just turned out really, really nice. And it was interesting after we drained it, after we got rid of all the peeling, and then like I just set it downstairs on my canning shelves, how it really did begin to look with the mother and everything just like what you buy at the store. So it was really a great process. So I'm going to try this and see what happens. I made an apple cake a few weeks ago, and I gave all the peelings to Corey, and she's got apple vinegar working at her house, so that's neat. You can make it out of all kinds of different things. I've only ever done the apple, and today I just thought, why not? I'll try the pear. We'll see. We could use it in salad dressings and things like that. Okay, this is really hot. I should wait, but I'm gonna cut a piece. Let me let you look at it closer though. You can see it has just a beautiful, pretty color there, but look at all those little pears you can see. Of course, you can see nuts in this one too, since I'm doing the one with the black walnuts for us, but it turns out to be a real pretty bread. And it's not too, I mean, it's pretty firm, especially if you let it cool, if you're not doing it like I'm doing it. So it works good, in other words, to slice and then toast if you did want to put something on it, or just toast it, you know, to enjoy if you like a toasted piece of bread better. You could put butter on it, you could put cream cheese. Of course, you could put jelly or something like that on it too. I want to taste it just like this. Break me off a little piece there. It's really good. Of course, I can taste the black walnuts. I'm a black walnut fan. You may not be. They're very strong. That little hint of cinnamon really makes it like a fall bread. Really gives a good flavor. Makes you think of fall of the year. Now we've been having, I don't know if you can see out the window, but we've been having still really warm temperatures this week. I hear we're in for a cool down though, so this would be perfect for that. And our leaves are starting to turn. We've got some reds and yellows and really pretty as you look up above the house. I know it will only increase. I know it will only get prettier. Kind of nice to be here by myself and get to eat something good. Almost makes me feel like I'm doing something secret, which I'm not. They can enjoy it when they come back, all of them. I'm sure they will. I hope you enjoyed seeing how to make the pear bread. If you don't have a copy of mine and Jim's cookbook, you can find the link in the description below. I'm always glad when you stop by to help me celebrate Appalachia.